Students ask what to read in Ukrainian. Що читати українською? In this video, I'm going to give you a few tips about this. The first step is to define your level. To do this, you need to go to this website and take a test. Once you find out that your level is A2 plus B1, you're ready to start reading Ukrainian books and texts, unabridged ones. What text can you start from? It can be an interview, it can be a long read, it can be a non-fiction book, it can be a novel or some poetry. For example, you can go to this Ukrainian news platform, Українська Правда, and go to the section Життя and find interviews here. Interviews are really great to start with because they include real spoken language and grammar is really basic. Or you can go to Суспільство section, that's society section on this website, and read long reads there. There is a tag Суспільство if you search for the articles on their website. You can try this website too. It has lots of long reads and interviews and photos, stories, and even videos about different Ukrainian regions and famous Ukrainian people and interesting historical events. And it really exists in several languages, but we are interested, of course, in the Ukrainian version. Like here, for example, you can take this photo Історія, Геометрія України. And when I open it, you can see that it's a photo with a short description. So it's really ideal for beginners. You can try this Ukrainian library of Ukrainian literature, of the Ukrainian books, and of the world classics, and maybe even some modern world prose. Here you can find free books, and maybe you'll be lucky to find the one that you are interested in. So, some ideas of what to read. I'd recommend you this book. It's a famous story that was filmed. Unfortunately, I failed to find this one in paper, but the next one, this version, does exist in paper. So you can start with this story. It's not so difficult, as you can see. Here I highlighted the words that might be new for A2, B1 students. And as you can see, they're not so numerous. You can also try this book. It's a story about a boy and his father. And as you can see, the vocabulary is pretty simple here and the grammar is really basic. And it's much better than to read handmade stories from textbooks that are sometimes really primitive. Another story, it's about a girl and her dog. But here, as you can see, that the vocabulary is quite challenging sometimes, but still the grammar is pretty basic. This story is about a girl who moved to the US to study at school there, but I wouldn't recommend this book for you if you are lower than B1 level, because as you can see, the vocabulary is challenging here. There are lots of new words, the words that are new for A2 students. Many students admitted that their first book that they have read in Ukrainian is this one, The Little Prince, Маленький принц. Maybe it's because they know the story, their native language, and maybe it's because it's really engaging and it's really good to base discussions on the story. So I recommend you to start reading Ukrainian from this book, especially if you are A2 and above. Here is the first chapter with the words highlighted. These words might be new for you. As you can see, grammar is pretty basic here. If you want to start with non-fiction books, then I would recommend you to start with this one. This book is really good for you because it exists in two versions at once, in Ukrainian and in English. So it makes it really easier to find new words because you can compare two texts. As you can see here, I've highlighted plenty of words, but it's because it's from the medicine field, from the medical field, from the medicine sphere, so there are special terms here, and they might be new for you, but grammar is basic here. Another book is a collection of stories about people with Ukrainian roots, of the Ukrainian origin. The vocabulary might be new for you because it includes some historical terms like here kripak or pomishchik, maybe some abstract nouns or some intermediate and upper intermediate adjectives. But generally this book is good if you're interested in other people with Ukrainian past, with the connections with Ukraine, and if you want to find out more about the Ukrainian culture. This book is about famous Ukrainian women, and this particular page is about Olga. Olga was a ruler of the ancient Rus in Kiev, and the words highlighted here are different terms, historical words. Grammar is really basic here, so if you're really into historical texts, documentaries, and all that stuff, that might be a good choice for you. This book is biography of Lesia Ukrainka. She was a famous Ukrainian poetess of the 19th century, and you can find her on 200 hryvnia banknote. And if we open this book, you see that new words are not so numerous and the grammar is really basic. So this book can be a really good choice for you too. Some people say that folk tales and fairy tales are great to start with, but it's really a bad idea for beginners, and I'll show you why. Here is a page from a typical Ukrainian folk story, and as you can see here, there are lots of emphatic and emotional constructions and some really uncommon terms and words that are not used in the everyday language, so there's no sense and no value in overwhelming yourself with all those stuff, with all those words and terms. So, як читати? How to read? Some useful tips now. Step number 1 is to read the whole text. Once you did this, highlight the new words and try to guess what a word means in the context. For example, let's take this word. The whole sentence is the following. Змії-боа ковтають свою здобич цілою. So, if we know that змії are snakes and ковтають, swallow, there and then something as a whole, we might guess that it's a victim or some gain or some prey or something like this. So let's check our guess. We go to the dictionary and look it up. Здобич, as you can see, if it refers хижак, and this is the case because we're talking about хижак here, then this word means a prey. So we create a paper flashcard for this word. We may use different colors, for example, pink or let's say purple or blue, dark blue color for masculine words, masculine nouns, green color for neuter nouns, and pink or red color for feminine nouns, then yellow color for, let's say, verbs, or an orange color for some short words, linking words, conjunctions, exclamations, set phrases, etc. Once you're done with paper flashcards, you go to Quizlet and create your sets of Quizlet flashcards there. For example, this one was created for the first chapter of The Little Prince, and here the word is in Ukrainian, and then you find the translation here. And Quizlet provides you with lots of opportunities to learn the words in different regimes, in different ways, of playing, taking quizzes, doing matching games, etc. So don't forget to click this button and find out all the options that you are given. Not to mention the AI function or option in the paid version, where you can chat with the chatbot and get some sentences with examples, samples of usage, hold long and short dialogues, and create stories with the words you're learning. That's really efficient. And finally, the least step, but not less important, it's really important, to retell the text. Try to create a thread of words, a thread of keywords, write them down in the basic form, not to focus on the vocabulary, and then focus on grammar and try to retell the story in your own words in simple sentences. You can do it in writing, you can record in audio, and then it's good if you have a person who can check it, who can correct your mistakes, so that you can understand why something went wrong. So, of course, you can just read the book, but it's really great if you get the most of this process and make your passive vocabulary active and make your passive grammar active and finally make your own stories. Thank you. Дякую.